What's going on, y'all? We are back for another video coming to you live from somewhere in America. But I need y'all, before we get into this, because we got a very important topic to talk about. If y'all could like, share, and subscribe, it don't cost you nothing. Remember, it's for the free, easy. So let's go ahead and get into this topic because I think it's of importance for us to discuss, because the topic has come up a lot and it's pertaining to the whole FBA so-called diaspora wars. I don't know why they're really calling it a diaspora war, because us FBAs are not fighting with anyone. So recently, Tasha K, the blogger, she went on her platform and she basically called FBA and compared us to the KKK. And she has been receiving a lot of backlash. I'm talking about, it's to the point where I'm being told, or it's been reported allegedly, that she's lost about 30,000 followers in less than 24 hours. And let me just say something about this, because it has come out that, first of all, Tasha K may not be FBA herself. So basically what she was saying was that people online were calling her husband African booty scratcher. Now, fam, let's break this down. First and foremost, who the hell still uses the term African booty scratcher in 2026? I remember using African booty scratcher when I was a little kid, but that was so long ago. Nobody uses African booty scratcher, okay? My thing is this: if you want to have relations with our African brothers and sisters or the Caribbean, that's fine. FBA doesn't have an issue with anyone of the diaspora or anybody that comes from the Caribbean. Our whole gripe is we are no longer taking the disrespect. So Tasha K was basically saying that because they called, when I say they, I'm assuming people trolling online, because she never named anybody specifically. So I'm thinking she's talking about just some random trolls that are online called her husband an African booty scratcher. So because of that, she's now labeling FBA as a KKK hate group. Where the hell does that come from? See, the problem is that the delineation movement that we are partaking in, a lot of people are upset. And the reason why they're upset is because they can no longer leech off of Black Americans. See, before you had all these other groups who were hiding behind FBAs, freedmen, American descendants, slaves, whatever you want to call yourself, okay? A lot of times these immigrants were hiding behind the term blackness when anything negative was coming their way. But as soon as something positive, like, a Nigerian was the first open heart surgeon, or whatever the case may be, they have no problem with delineating when it's something good. But when it's something bad, they want to get under the cloakness of blackness. And we're saying no more. We're saying that hold your degenerative as behavior. If you guys are going to sit up here and do things that are going to undermine us, then we're not going to sit up here and take that anymore. We're not going to sit up here and take immigrants, especially people from the diaspora, and it really doesn't matter who you are. If you are a non-FBA and you are denigrating or disrespecting our lineage, you're going to get called out. Because too often times we've had immigrants walking around here having pejorative terms for us, when all we did was help immigrants get over here. And I've said this before, and this has been said a gazillion times. If it wasn't for foundational Black Americans, then a lot of these immigrants wouldn't even be over here. Because let's just keep it 100. The white T-man didn't want y'all over here. It was us who was fighting to get y'all over here. So for Tasha K to sit up here on her platform and to call FBAs and have us basically being related to the KKK, a known domestic terrorist group, that was out of line. It was so out of pocket. And there was so many people giving her ass the business, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because it's disrespectful. Not only that, but boo, who do you think be watching and supporting your shows? FBA. So the disrespect that we're having, we're calling that shit out. And we're letting people know that that shit is not going to go anymore. It's not going to fly anymore. All the little slick ass comments that y'all be saying about FBAs, you're getting checked. And the thing about it is a lot of these immigrants don't want to have accountability. You know, they want to be able to hop in and out of blackness when it's convenient. You know, nobody gives Jamaicans a hard time when they delineate and they call themselves Jamaicans. Nobody gives Africans a hard time when they call themselves Nigerians. The only time we get a hard time is when Black Americans want to distinguish themselves as another group. And there's nothing wrong with us identifying our own lineage. You know, all we're just saying is that we're recognizing our own lineage and we're not going to accept any more disrespect. You know, we're not hurting any of these immigrants or anyone or any other groups. We're not the ones who are holding sanctions on these groups. We're not the ones who are genociding these other groups, going in there and bombing them up to smithereens. We're not doing none of that. All we are doing is just sitting back, chilling, and minding our business. And you got people out here losing their goddamn minds over that. It's really bothering them because we have told them that we're not going to sit up here and allow y'all to keep disrespecting us while still trying to participate and practice in our culture. That's not going to happen. Either you're going to show either you're going to show respect, or we're going to call that shit out. There's no more straddling the fence and hopping in and out and only being black when it's convenient and when it's beneficial to you. And that doesn't just mean for the tethers. That goes for the coons and sambos who are FBA as well, because let's be clear, there are FBAs that are coons themselves within our own lineage. Remember, FBA is a lineage. It's not a goddamn group. I'm so tired of people going around here, calling it a group, calling it a cult. That to me is nothing but projection. Because we've told y'all 1,000 times that it's not a group. Either you are born into it or you are not. And it's a lot of people who try to use blackness or Black American as a way for them to call themselves FBAs. But we have said time and time again, FBAs are non-immigrant Black Americans. That means you don't have any type of immigrants in your lineage. Okay? So all this so-called Black American trying to cross the terms up, and you're trying to basically slide your way or backdoor your way into the lineage because we're delineating, and a lot of these so-called tethers cannot hide behind blackness anymore. Now you want to sit up here and call us divisive? We're not being divisive. We're just holding everyone accountable, and we're telling everyone to hold their own nuts. Okay? Gone are the days where you could sit up here and use black people. Everyone is going to hold their own nuts. Meaning, if something's going on with your community, don't look for us to help you. Don't look for us to jump in. Don't look for us to save you. Those days are over with. Because when we did do it, you guys were unappreciative. You talked about us. You guys got into our political spaces, and then you started making laws and telling Black Americans what we don't need as far as reparations. No, that's a big no-go. Because Black Americans don't go to these other countries and tell the locals there what they should or shouldn't get or what they are entitled to. And that's a huge problem. We do not need you immigrant tethers speaking for us anymore. We don't. Either you're going to come in, you're going to respect the lineage, or your ass is going to get canceled. And that's exactly what's going on with Tasha K right now. Her ass is getting the business. And you see she went and did an apology video, because that goes to show you we're not playing around. If people think that this is just an online thing, you got a sad mistake coming. There are 48 million foundational Black Americans, whether they want to claim it or not. Again, it is a lineage. Either you're born into it or not. So all that disrespect shit, that shit is going out the window. Just to let y'all know. But y'all drop that in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know, have y'all seen the video of Tasha K? I think she took the video down. I don't see it anymore, but she was out of pocket and she was out of line, and there's a lot of people getting on her ass, and rightfully so. But y'all drop that in the comments and tell me what y'all think. I'll be back for more content. Peace.